Hello, everyone. Um,
Welcome to the After Church Tea Time.
yes, that's what I wanted to say.
We are joined today by a beautiful group to discuss today's sermon by Granville and today's Sunday service on self-acceptance and leaving nothing out.
Yep.
So,
I'm Laurencio.
I'm Alexandra, and we are joined today by,
I'm Sandra.
And Carmen.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, we shall discuss. So, I don't know.
Leaving nothing out. I think we said we really love this sermon, and it was very appropriate for us and for the healing that we have been doing lately. So it came in just perfectly into guiding us deeper into this space of self-acceptance and getting to know ourselves and our desires better.
Yep.
Yeah. What did you guys think? I know we spoke a lot about it because we were part of the sermon as well. So we're here as well. So I was just thinking we can start with your thoughts.
Leaving nothing out means digging deeper into yourself and trying to get to what you need or want, what you want to express. It's a search for yourself, a search inside. That's what leaving nothing out means to me.
Yeah, for me, it means also giving myself permission to dream big and to really go deep. What Granville also mentioned, allowing yourself to go deep within, feel your feelings and really be intimate with yourself and allowing yourself to whatever comes up, that's totally fine. And that is your design, and to embrace that and allow it to also evolve over time, because you will grow, you will change, and so does your love list, and all your desires kind of evolve and grow. And another thing that really stood out for me is that he said, just replace judgment whenever you're judging yourself. It will be replaced by self-acceptance. And this is kind of very relieving for me to know as well. It's safe to release judgment to where I'm at right now, and feeling it's kind of when you surrender something, you receive immediately something back. And so when I release self-judgment, I receive self-love and self-acceptance and a lot of compassion for myself. And what you also shared, having massive compassion for yourself is very essential, and was beautiful.
I agree. It's always important to have massive compassion.
Yeah, it's because I think that we have been, maybe trained or educated that we shouldn't look as deep within ourselves. We shouldn't look as deep into what we desire and what we want. It's we have always, it feels like we have lived in a world where settling was the normal standard, right? You should settle, you shouldn't go deep. However, I really love that this sermon kind of plugs that idea away and just inspires us to go deeper and really find ourselves, love ourselves, accept ourselves, and really just go through this beautiful process of not just getting to know ourselves, but allowing ourselves to manifest that. And because by accepting it into within ourselves, we allow it to also manifest into reality.
Yep. And by the way, we have a comment from Chrissy. And she said, I loved one of his final lines. He said, I put something on the back burner because I don't think I can have it. Who is doing that on the Twin Flame journey? Question mark.
Yeah. who is doing that on the twin flame journey. Yeah. Very profound statement for us to all reflect on and go deeper in claiming our good and taking action on our desires every day consistently and with persistence. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's really, I really love that as well, because it shows you not just how to like go deeper within yourself and find those desires, but I think like part of accepting your desires is taking action, doing the steps, going out and like pursuing that dream as well. And yeah, it's all tied into like seeing that you can have it, you can have it all. And this is the nature of being a divine child of God.
Yep.
Yeah, you can have compassion and don't defeat yourself with all these self-doubts. I can't. You can have whatever you want in life. Just love yourself and know that, yeah, take action to do what you want to do, but also be open to God bringing it to you.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a co-creation and a partnership with God. And God will like show us what steps are to be done. And I think that part of this is seeing that, you know, the step is always available. It might not be the step that we think it is, though. It's not, maybe it's not as intuitive at first, and it requires a lot of faith. But as we go deeper here and cultivate that faith with God, it's going to become easier and easier to walk this process of manifestation with God. The guidance might be just love yourself and do the inner work. Maybe there's something externally that has to be done. It's it really just it's about like allowing connection there and communication with God and letting God, you know, show you the way to that desire.
When I go out each day, I try to remind myself to be open to God talking to me, and God will show me where I need to go. Little hints, things that I'm not in control. God's talking to me all the time, giving you little hints. Yes, go do that. No, go do that instead. You know, that's how I am open to God so that I can have what I want. And everyone can have this. It's not just for me.
Oh, that's beautiful. I like that. You can actually cultivate that thing or that talk to God like every day when you're not sure to what you should do right now. Should you do inner work or take some action steps? So everything feels good or everything may like kind of suck right now. So what should you do first? Maybe like just go inner and ask God like, hey, what is it that you have for me right now? What should I do right now? And trust that whatever comes up, that it's the right thing. And even if you might like not listen the right thing from God, you will learn through it. This is also a thing that came up in the sermon. It's like, I guess what you shared, Laurencio, is like this thing when you have or do mistakes, you will learn from them anyway, and just see it as an opportunity to grow. And that's an experience. It's part of the process as well. And when you don't allow yourself to like have some maybe failures in your life, you won't know, you won't never know. And so this will help you like develop this relationship with God, with yourself. And yeah, it's very important.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like it's really crucial here to see that it's safe to accept that we don't know how to, and this is something that I've been going deeper in, accepting, you know, my own desires and choosing to pursue them, is realizing that I don't really know how to live with this desire fulfilled. I never experienced that. It's a different way of being and of living when, you know, you have that desire fulfilled. And all of these experiences that come up in our journeys as we move forward, as we claim our desires, as we accept ourselves and maybe do mistakes, are here to like teach us that how to live with our desires fulfilled. There is nothing that comes like in our journey that's useless or doesn't have a meaning that God has for us there. So I think, yeah, that's a key component here, and like, yeah,
there's always purpose.
yeah, there's always like purpose. And I think also this is something beautiful, is that those desires in your heart have a purpose, and in accepting them, you will be allowed to like see that purpose. And at first it might not make sense why you have like a certain desires. I know, like I experienced this as well. I didn't knew why I chose different things in my life or why I pursue different things. But, you know, looking back on it now, let's say, I see how like all of these things fit perfectly with who I am and what I love to do, and, you know, what is my life purpose. All of those things kind of like came in like naturally together. And I'm still going through this process where I'm facing, you know, unknown, and I don't know why I have certain desires coming up or I have certain feelings coming up. But through acceptance, as you know, Granville said, you come to like the end of it and you'll see what's in store for you. It's always like a gift, I feel, when you find a part of yourself and go deeper with that. I think like Granville said at some point in the sermon, and I really like, oh, like you've been like rejecting this part of you for so long, but actually, who knows, you like them. Like, it's actually a really cool and fun part of yourself. So might as well just like grab it in, like come in and have fun together. And I think like this is the process, and I really love kind of this perspective that he gave on like how to see this just this process. It's always about you discovering these fun parts of yourself and bringing them home so you can have a party with yourself.
Yeah.
Thank God. Yeah.
Life is challenging, but don't be afraid. Just been telling us, release your fears and realize, surrender to God. God's going to help you with whatever it is you're wanting to do. So take the bull by the horns and go for whatever it is you want to do.
Yep. Just want to say like just as a hello, like hello Michaela, hello Shelia, something like that. I said hello, and I saw like Amber told you Sandra, but she's loving your hair color, by the way.
Oh, thank you, Amber. I'm just trying to make the gray come out nicely and blended.
You're accepting yourself here.
Like, I do accept myself. I wanted my gray to come out nice.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Even like I really love when talking about this, like when people like embrace like the natural hair color, even if it might have like some gray hairs, or in case of you, like I really love that, and I feel like there's something really beautiful in that as well. Yeah. It's just a different stage of beauty, and it's beautiful as well.
Yes, beauty is beautiful. I cannot
beauty
deny
is
that.
Beautiful, yes.
Yeah, but like I kind of get you there, because like for me, like a process of acceptance, to be honest, was like just to accept my kind of bald spots here on my head, and just accept that and just embrace it. And for me, I feel good now, but at the beginning I was feeling uncomfortable. But like that was a process for me to just like learn to accept myself, accept what I am and how I am, you know. So
yeah, accepting everything about yourself, even those things, right? Those things, you know, those things.
Pride can look really good on some people if they just wear it with pride and with love. That's what makes the whole person feel beautiful and look beautiful. Wear it with love and pride.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And what Granville also shared is like, this might fit in very well, that words have power. So when you say to yourself, for example, I am really working on accepting my body where it is right now. And whenever I hear this creepy voice coming in saying like, yeah, you're too fat, I'm like, no, fuck you. I'm gonna love myself here. I love myself. I accept myself. And this has a lot of power. Just realizing and recognizing those shitty thoughts and having also the power to say no to them and knowing like, yeah, that's the way out. You know, that's the way to not out, but like, yeah, the process of like claiming my divine body here, for example, or yeah, also I want to share actually something that's really interesting. I'm working for a long time now in the process of manifesting a new home for myself where I feel a lot better and more supported and also loved, which I never really had in my life. And so I was working with my coach on a very big lock last week. And as I went deeper with it, we actually discovered that, like, yeah, okay, I've never been really loved in my home. And so today I got like kind of like a confirmation from it for a new home, which has like some things that I didn't really know that I really would love them or I desired them. But for example, like a winter garden, I always thought I want to have like a balcony. But a winter garden is even better because I can use it as a balcony. And also like in the winter, I can chill there. It's really warm and cozy. And yeah, I just manifested that home kind of with getting clear on my values, like knowing, okay, I want to have like, I don't know, let's say a balcony or winter garden. And then I want to have like a bathtub and a real kitchen, for example. And getting clear on the values, like what's the value of this kitchen? What is this balcony giving me? What do I want to receive from it? Getting clear on it actually like helped me to ground into this new home and really like claim it for myself. And what I realized is that whenever I went in the last week inside me and just like healed something or just be there for my inner child, I realized my mind automatically like projected everything into this new home because she felt very safe there. She wanted to go there. It is already her home. And that's what's so interesting, that I didn't have to force myself into like a cozy corner where she felt safe, where I felt safe, but it's like an automatic process that my mind just aligned with it, so to say. And I think that's very interesting. And yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I think like it's beautiful when you kind of like when you allow yourself to like just explore and you, as you said, get clear on what you desire. Like sometimes, you know, new and better things come up for you to consider that maybe before you didn't even dream of. How it was like this winter garden for you. And I think like that's also part of the beauty here, is that as you go deeper, you know, with God, because you had like a relationship with God and you went deeper into like this kind of, I always see situation like this, like a discussion that we have like with God, and God is like presenting us, you know, options, right? And allowing us to choose and to also like feel into like what we desire. And sometimes there is like a really good thing that comes up and you feel really, really good about it. And it's not something that you thought about, it's something that God brings to you through this process of, you know, self-acceptance and searching and manifestation, and like just getting clear on what you really, really desire. And I think like this is also, it's also really beautiful to when you get to like know yourself and like accept yourself, to have like exploration, to allow yourself to like explore and use everything that you have at your disposal to kind of like explore. Be it like you make like a Pinterest board for like your house, like if you're like looking for a new home, right? And to get kind of the vibe that you want to have. Be it, you know, you look at trendy, you know, haircuts for your particular hair type, right? Whatever it is, you know, this process of exploration is really, really beautiful, and you can go deeper with it. And I think, like, you know, God has, you know, always ways in which you can like explore and go deeper into this kind of like search for for yourself. And like, this is how you actually get to know yourself and accept yourself. It's like you put yourself also in situations where you can like see, okay, I like this and I don't like that, and it's okay that I don't like that, and I like this, or I feel guided to go in this direction, but as Granville said, I might not like this direction. It's okay. Accept that and move through that, and you'll have like a jewel at the end of this process anyway. Like, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and there's another case where you like something, but then you might feel bad that you like that, and you might feel like, oh, that's wrong that I like that.
Mhm.
And that's where, you know, guilt and shame might crawl in, and then you have to just let them go. But it's okay to know that we are different and we have different desires and needs. So therefore, it's okay if you have your own unique likes that might not look like something normally people would like, whatever that would be.
Mhm.
Because I feel like there's a lot of judgment of what we should like or what we should not like.
Yeah.
So it's okay to release those judgments about that, because society is built in such a way that's kind of like a standard for how a human should be, rather than like allowing everyone to be their full self. So that's where you come in place to allow yourself to find that for yourself.
Yeah, and it's safe to see that you do have, you know, everything like at your disposal to like explore and be yourself fully and completely right now.
Carmen, you can also make a love list for your home. It'll help you get more clear on what is it you want.
Or watch Romance Attraction again if you watched it.
Oh yeah, thank you. It's definitely evolving every day, my love list for everything, actually. And I also love that we went deeper last Sunday in the group coaching class with Jeff and Shalia on writing our love list. We actually like took our time in class to write a love list about our whole life, like how heaven on earth would feel and look like for us. And they're also like got a new jewel of like intimacy with myself and intimacy with my twin flame, even though I don't know him yet, but it's like, yeah, getting to know him within me first, so I can like recognize him on the outside and attract him. But yeah, I will definitely go again even deeper with it.
Nice. Yeah, it's really beautiful what you share right now. Like, I haven't thought about it that way, to make a love list for how heaven on earth will look like. So,
Yeah, I think like it's really nice. Like, I think all of us have, you know, glimpses and pieces, but you know, it's safe to put them like on a piece of paper. I remember that I don't remember exactly what Shalia said, but I remember when she was talking about the love list in Dreams Coming True. There was like a really beautiful quote. I can't really remember it, but I do recommend to like go and go deeper with it. It was something like when you put like these things down on paper, it becomes kind of like an agreement between you and God on what you desire to like manifest. So therefore it has, you know, like a lot of power when you allow yourself to like sit down and, you know, write it out, right? It becomes like yeah, it becomes like it's like a physical act of like your desire and accepting your desire. And it's sending like a really powerful message to God and like the universe about, yeah, what you desire to manifest. So yeah.
I liked that exercise Jeff had us do last week, and I did a love list too. However, I got to remember that heaven on earth is here right now. It's not in the future. It's not in the past. It's right here, right now. That's where I messed up with my love list last week. I was saying, this is what's going to happen in the future, but it's right here, right now.
Yeah, it's always about the present. It's never about the future, because as we know in Jeffrey Shah's teachings, it's like there's no past, there's no future, it's just the present. Because anyway, let's say after 5 years, you're still going to be in that present moment. You can never live outside of the present moment.
That's so true.
And we have a comment from Diana. Hey everyone, I really loved when Alexandra said, those feelings in your heart have a purpose.
Yeah, I think like Granville also mentioned about this. I think he said something on the lines that even if you have like uncomfortable feelings coming up, it's safe to go through them. Like they're guiding you towards something, and it's safe to like accept those feelings as they are. And yeah, they're guiding you toward deeper towards your desires. Thank you.
Anybody else has any other thoughts?
It's okay to have like a moment to just integrate the beautiful message that we received today. I think like it's I really love that this message was something that, you know, you can take and kind of have like in your tool belt. You know, you can keep referencing this to it. It's kind of like a timeless sermon that you can, each and every sermon is timeless, right? But I feel like, you know, with this one you can really like, you know, keep referencing it and keep like coming back to this really powerful and loving message about how to like yeah, just accept yourself. And the process of accepting yourself is about like leaving nothing out. It's so beautiful how, you know, all this sermon and all of our discussion is like inspired by, you know, just one apparently like simple sentence from like Romance Attraction, leave nothing out. So yeah,
Wasn't it leave nothing behind?
leave nothing out. Yeah.
Yes, self-acceptance is so important. You just want to love yourself. You don't want to beat yourself up. You just want to love yourself so that you can function, so that you can move forward, so that you can work and partner with God, you know, just love yourself.
Yeah, and Granville commented as well. Hey, Granville, you're here. He said,
I mean, he was here from the beginning.
yeah, he said, yeah, it feels really good to honor your feelings no matter what they are. Yeah, I think that this is really important. to really like honor your feelings and accept your feelings. Accepting your feelings, will allow you to heal in that space, no matter what feelings come up, and will allow you to deepen with those feelings. Accepting your desires will allow you to uncover them and explore them and start the process of manifestation. And with the uncomfortable feelings, by accepting that they are there, you allow them to pass, you allow them to be released. And you're not denying. It's safe to like not deny anything that comes up in your heart, any feeling, no matter if it's good or bad. And when it comes to like the uncomfortable feelings of the uncomfortable thoughts, I should say, like it's about like the thoughts, it's safe to like not accept that, in the sense that you allow the feelings to pass through you, but you make a choice to like release and let them go.
Yeah, that's so true. To feel your feelings, don't numb out, and the uncomfortable feelings, as long as you're feeling them, they will pass through, and then you can just feel good and move on. A lot of people need to work on that, or haven't. I've had a lot of trouble with it. But yeah, feel your feelings and just move on.
Yeah, and the interesting fact is like when you accept your feelings and where you're at right now, you're actually able to release it and to transcend it and to feel through it. When you be like, no, there's nothing that I have to look at it. No. You actually can't like transcend that situation. You can't transcend this feeling when you don't accept it. And that's like, then you feel like an opening, and it's so much easier to just move through it and have massive compassion.
Yeah, I think like it all stems from like really like believing that you can feel good, because obviously you don't feel good when you like push away these feelings that come up, even if it's like the good feelings or the bad feelings. It doesn't really feel good to like reject yourself in that space, right? Ultimately it's just a form of like rejection that it's being like perpetuated. So when you like allow yourself to move from like rejection and judgment into self-acceptance, you really are able to create like really beautiful things. And I think like it kind of still stems back to like what Chrissy shared like in the beginning, that quote that Granville said about like putting things aside because you don't believe you can have them. I think like this is when it comes to like the good feelings, we might put them aside or not really allow ourselves to like explore them, because like how I can have this like really awesome thing that I feel in my heart, right? And when it comes to the bad feelings, like, I lived with this all of my life, how can I let it go? It's always been here, like. And I think like looking at these kind of these two traps and just allowing ourselves to like let it go, and allowing ourselves to maybe just like reflect in our life where we're doing that, like especially like I think like in the twin flame journey, as Chrissy pointed, was who is doing that on the twin flame journey, maybe believing that they cannot have like everything that they desire in their ultimate lover, even if this is the promise that we have been made. And I think like it's a really, again, like a really powerful thing to like deepen into, and allow ourselves to see, is there a way within myself where I don't feel I can have this ultimate lover? Maybe there's something that they're not capable of doing, or they're capable of fulfilling within myself, right? And that's just like simply not true. Like this is the promise that God made to us, that our twin flame is like our perfect lover, and this is the truth of how we were created. So yeah, it's all about having that faith in that good feeling and like in God and in who God is, and think like for us, you know, accepting that, you know, God is loving and God wants to love us all the way through. It's also like really, really important, because that gives you like the, you know, strength and to persevere through challenges and through this situation where yeah, things seem grim, so to say.
We can
Yeah.
have it all. I'm sorry.
No, go first,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, we can have it all. It's our thought systems and our blocks that limit what we get. We can have everything and anything. Just believe in it and also be open to God's cues and stuff. Everyone, this is for everyone. It's not just for me.
Yeah, amen. And knowing that it's actually God, or it's from God, that desire that we have, it's from God and it's for us, and it's already ours. We're just aligning with it. We're just seeing like, oh, it has always been there within us. And yeah, it's beautiful that we can really trust God to lead us there. And it's already ours. We can't nothing do about something about it. We will never lose it, and we have never left it, actually.
Yeah, and that's really nice that the recognition of like you know, your creation, your divinity, that you always are divine and you always have been divine.
I am divine.
Yes. And my dear, another two. Well, something here that you know, as we really recognize our divinity and recognize that yeah, like we have these desires, we have all of these things that we desire to achieve, they're not going to go anywhere, as you said, and we have an eternity to get them, to receive them. And in a way, like recognizing that, yeah, our good is ours, and no one else can take it because that's our good. They have their own good. They don't need our good. So therefore, it's always safe to recognize that, yeah, like if it's yours, it's yours. If it's someone else, it's someone else. So you have to surrender if you know, try to take someone else's good. And I guess there's something about that, like that I want to go deeper into, is that I remember that in the past, what I would do, where I wouldn't accept myself, it would be in a place where I would see my good, I would move towards my good, towards my desire, but then I would see someone else achieve their good. I mean, my path, like I didn't get it to my good. So I should go there to get that good as well. And that's when you would leave your good, then you'd have to go through the process again to get your good. But that stemmed from the idea that it wasn't working what I was doing. And because it was taking longer to manifest my desire. But just because it takes longer to manifest my desire doesn't mean I'm not getting there, or that's not my good. It's just that that's my good, and that's the process that I need to take to receive my good. It's not the same as someone else's process to get their good, whatever that would be. And it requires a lot of acceptance here. Acceptance that, yeah, you're doing it, and not recognition.
And just giving yourself validation, I guess.
Validation, yes, validation. A lot of validation about, yeah, that is what I desire, and it's okay for me to pursue it, and I'm gonna receive it anyway as I keep choosing it, as I keep moving towards it.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's safe to see that, you know, we're taking this path with God, so therefore we're not like we can control, you know, when things come and go, you know, we make a choice, you know, and we set the pace of our journey with God, but ultimately we don't know how many like blocks we have until harmonious union, or like whatever, you know, like your next goal is, you know, we don't know that. We just know we might have, you know, a feeling in our heart which we follow. It might be just one block away, and it might be like a lot of blocks away. But what will keep you like in state of, you know, like just I guess, you know, having faith and humbleness towards this journey is just pursuing it for like God, and like really giving yourself that you know, like safety and acceptance that you're doing good in your journey, like that you are healing, that you are having success. This is something that, you know, Jeff and Shilya shared with us, like in our Saturday group coaching last week, where they just encouraged us to see that, you know, the journey that we take with God is very, very different. And so, for example, for someone that's pursuing their twin flame, it might look like, oh, you're just looking after this person that's not even here, and you know, you could be just with the soulmate. That's so much easier, right? But you know, that's not what you truly desire, and there's a lot of like things that like inner work that you have to do to achieve what you desire, that harmonious union. However, you know, the world might tell you that, oh no, like you're doing it wrong because you don't have the external result yet, right? Well, maybe it's just like realizing that you are like in this process and accepting the process within itself, and, you know, being persistent and humble and perseverant in this journey, and accepting that, okay, this is my process, this is my journey, this is the way the way that God lays in front of me. And I have like an agreement between me and God. You know, God has the agreement between me and God might be, you know, harmonious union, right? Well, follow that agreement and just choose to do your part and have faith that, you know, God is doing his part in this process. I think that's
yeah, I really trust that, because God will always do his part.
yeah.
It's too crazy or complicated to get involved with soulmates. I would just stick to the twin flame.
I mean, that's why we're all here.
That's right.
I mean, it's truly, you know, like your harmonious union is just the foundation for your like own heaven on earth. So therefore it's just the first step, and it's safe, you know, to take that step and, you know, honor that what your harmonious union means for your own like ascension journey, right? It's not your harmonious union, Jeff and Shania said this a lot, you know, it's not the destination, it's just the very beginning. When you're in harmonious union, you can really start doing things, you know, you can really start getting to the cool stuff. It's not like you're not able to get to the cool stuff, you know, now, right? But when you are like with your twin flame, it's just a next level, right? And it's safe to like claim that next level, and, you know, accept that this is also part of the agreement, and this is the reality like of our journey. The journey begins. There's another journey that kind of begins with harmonious union, and it's safe to like accept that and go deeper with that.
I remember like I don't remember the exact words, but I remember Jeff said at some point, like, if you want to kind of like play this game, you know, like with God, kind of like he made it like a game, you know, like once you got harmonious union, that's your ticket to actually be able to play this game.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I don't remember his words, but I know made it in a nice way.
Yeah, and it's easy as well. You just follow that good feeling in your heart. Doesn't have to be complicated.
Your harmonious union's right here, right now. It's not in the future, it's right now. It's just an illusion that we're separate.
But are we accepting that it's here right now?
We got to.
Hmm. Yeah. So how do we feel about this topic? Does it feel complete, or do you have like another message that you feel is coming up that you feel to share about the
sermon
and
from Granville.
this amazing topic of leaving nothing out?
Leaving nothing out means having everything. Have it all. You're good.
Mhm. You can have it all.
That's right.
No,
Believe
no,
it,
no. You have it up.
you have it all.
You just have to accept it and recognize it.
That's right.
Well, with that, I feel complete.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Any other thoughts? Like Carmen, you feel complete?
Good. Well, with that, thank you so much for joining us in this after church tea time. And we will see you in the next Sunday with the next sermon and the next tea time.
Yep.
Thank you very much for joining us. Have a beautiful, peaceful, and loving Sunday.
Bye-bye.